Welcome to USF College Daily. I'm Jill Langland.
And I'm Whitney Fryer.
If it takes you more than a few cups of coffee to get going in the morning, a new brew featuring 5 grams of caffeine, 80 times the amount of a standard shot of espresso, is being served up in a cafe in Australia. For just $12 for a 16-ounce cup, the coffee concoction, known as Ass Kicker, contains 4 espresso shots, 2 different strengths of cold drip and milk. Designed to be sipped slowly over 3 to 4 hours, this drink promises to keep coffee lovers buzzing for up to 18 hours. Originally created for a local emergency room nurse who needed some extra help to keep her going during unexpected night shifts, her coffee drink comes with a warning label. Warning signs of caffeine overdose include shakes and sweats, dilated pupils, stammering over your words, vertigo, and nausea.
Fall break is over and the semester is now in full swing here at USF. In order to keep up with their busy schedules, many students rely on a caffeine boost to get them through the day. Although consuming caffeine in moderation is perfectly okay, how exactly is it affecting our bodies and brains? Here's Casey Kelderman with more on the story.
According to the Mayo Clinic, a plain cup of brewed coffee contains only 2 calories. I sat down with Assistant Professor of Nursing, Ashley Holan, to discuss a few of the other benefits of coffee.
Caffeine can be really good for a number of reasons. One thing that I think of that a lot of people use caffeine for would be to just kind of heighten awareness and make you more focused, give you a little energy. It is a stimulant, so it can, just give you a little bit more energy, give you a boost for your day. Plus, a lot of the beverages that have caffeine taste really good, so it's for enjoyment too.
USF junior Tiana Evans works 2 part-time jobs and volunteers at her church on top of going to school full-time. With a busy schedule, Evans relies on coffee to keep her going.
Probably about 2 to 3 cups. On a not busy day, probably 1, but usually 1 in the morning to get me up, and then maybe another one just to keep me through the day. And then I love the flavor of it, so I sometimes have a 3rd one.
Although caffeine offers a multitude of benefits, consuming too much can result in a few negative side effects.
I would say that even though caffeine can be a really good thing, it can also be a bad thing. One thing that comes to mind right away is that people can become addicted to it. Caffeine, what it actually does is it constricts blood vessels. So, like if somebody has caffeine every day for a year and then they stop suddenly, it can cause a rebound headache. And that's because when you take caffeine every day, the blood vessels are constricting in your head. And then when you stop taking it, the blood vessels can dilate and cause pressure in your head, so you can get a headache. Caffeine can also, on the long term, if you overuse it, it can, because it constricts the vessels, it can lead to high blood pressure, which can further lead to other cardiovascular risk factors.
After considering the negative side effects of caffeine consumption, Evans said she does not think she could give up her daily cup of coffee.
I don't think I could do it. I had a friend who actually did that for quite a few months, and I don't think I could do it, not only just because caffeine helps me, but I love the flavor of coffee.
Coffee might have a few downfalls, but it is generally the better option when reaching for a caffeinated beverage.
I wouldn't say that's necessarily the caffeine, it's the other products in whatever you're drinking. Soda is probably worse for you just because it also includes sugar and other processed products, whereas caffeine is more natural. But I guess some people add a lot of sugar and cream to their coffee too.
If you find yourself in need of a caffeine boost, a healthier option would be to choose coffee rather than a soda or an energy drink. For USF College Daily, I'm Casey Kelderman.
Who knew that 1 small cup of coffee could contain that much caffeine and have that much impact on someone? I don't know about you, Whitney, but I could use a cup of coffee right now.
Agreed. I think I could use a cup of that 18-hour coffee.
Thanks for joining us for today's edition of College Daily. I'm Jill Langland.
And I'm Whitney Fryer. Come back tomorrow for more campus news.